Hello, hello.
Hello there.
Welcome back. We are at episode 25.
Oh, wow.
Yes, this is Life in Jest. I am Selene Castrovilla.
I'm Pascal.
So happy to be here, I see. So happy.
Yes, I see.
By the way, I know that show Crime Junkie. Remember I told you the woman goes, I'm Ashley Flowers. She's like me, very like, and then the other girl goes, I'm Brit. And that's why she just says Brit. Brit looks nothing like what I thought she looked like.
Really?
She looks like, I don't even know. You got to look her up. She just, you just get an opinion of somebody when you hear them.
Yeah, and then you see them and they look totally different from what you thought they were going to look.
We always think about what people look like from their voices.
Do you think people did that with us?
Well, no, because we have our picture right on that thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And they don't have that on
Yeah, but
Crime
my
Junkie.
picture doesn't actually look like me at all.
Yes, it does.
I don't think so. I was young then.
No, you look the same.
Really?
I think so.
I think I look like an old bag.
Should I change the picture? Is it wrong?
No, that's some new ugly ass picture.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, I don't
like
know.
That picture.
I airbrushed it too.
You airbrush this video?
No, I'd like to, but I think there might be a way, but I feel like we'd come off looking really strangely fake.
Oh,
And I don't want to do that. Like people have seen it. We're out there. They're gonna have to deal with us. But we could be worse. We could look like I don't even want to say. I want to be nice.
Yeah, don't do that. That's mean.
I wish I could tell you the funniest thing that happened yesterday, but I just can't because it was a family thing and like it's just.
Okay, tell me later.
Well, I could say, okay, there's this guy Bigfoot that we listen to on Howard Stern, right? And he admitted that he's had scabies on several occasions.
Yeah.
So someone in my family admits to me that they got scabies.
Oh my God.
It's like, what? This is TMI.
I have to tell you, when he said that, I've heard of scabies.
It is, but it just sounds absolutely horrible.
Yes.
And they got it from just somebody being around them, but that was it. Yeah. And but like, I would never, some things you don't want to hear about.
No. And this just proves, don't go near people. People are gross. People
they were like,
give you shit.
Someone was staying in their house and then they had scabies and they gave it to them. So they made them leave. I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, well, wouldn't you make someone leave? I'm not going, oh my God, about that. I'm only going, oh my God. What did you say that? I don't want to hear about it.
It's gross.
But I was like, you had scabies? It is? That's how Bigfoot speaks. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know. What people will say just sometimes is really funny.
Oh, people like to share.
Hashtag unfiltered.
Yeah. And I'm one of those people that people need to.
Yeah, you are. You really are. I know.
They tell me things that no one should ever know.
You're mistaken for a confessional booth or something.
I am.
Yeah.
People have told me some weird shit.
Well, I've gotten some weird, after one book I wrote was very dark and people would really confess very dark things to me. And I'm like, okay, enough said. I just don't want to hear this anymore.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. I can only imagine what some authors hear,
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. But, okay. So I want to start with a mini segment. Did I miss anything in the intro? No, right? We're good, right?
I don't know.
I'm a little shut out of a cannon today, aren't I?
Yeah.
Because I've been researching. Okay. I want to start with a mini segment called Fuck Books, I Need Cash.
877 cash now.
They should call that. Okay. So I'm going to bring up our old friend, Luigi Mangione. Mangione.
By the way, he cleaned up very nicely.
Yes. He looks the same. Well, yes, but not for me.
I'm telling you, he cleaned up the brows.
He did.
Got a nice
But people don't like that.
I don't know why.
They wanted him the way he was. As nature made him. Caterpillars where?
On his face.
What does that mean?
Caterpillars are Muppet eyebrows.
Oh.
What? Ernie and Bert.
Can't say it. I have that myself.
I know. Actually, my eyebrows are not done right.
No. I just don't like the malice. That's what I'm not attracted to. Malice.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But anyway, so now they have created a website for him.
Oh, right. I saw that.
Yes. It's called LuigiMangioneinfo.com. And the title says Luigi Mangione Legal Defense Information. This is really kind of desperate, I think. Okay. Because they set up it's not called GoFundMe, but it's one of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have to be different. It's not. It's not GoFundMe, it's some other thing. And the goal was 500,000, but they haven't gotten, in all this time, they haven't even gotten, they got like maybe 300,000. So I think it's a failure. I thought they were going to get a lot more.
I thought so too, because he has quite a few fans.
Well, the fans are broke as shit.
Are you saying he doesn't have the right kind of fans?
It said a majority of them are like $5-10. I'm not putting it down, but it does get a lot to get to that. And there were a couple, like, I think the most were like 5,000. I could be wrong, but 5,000 isn't that extraordinary either. Like, considering, in other words, the people that are defending him are not the elite. Put it that way. I don't know, but I think that it's alarming to I think it's alarming to the lawyer because she wants to get paid.
Yeah.
And suddenly they have this, and they have a message from Luigi, and the message is send money.
Well,
It doesn't say that, but look, so the homepage says, by the way, it's the most plain website I've ever seen. I mean,
oh, really?
oh, it's just like, I mean, no, it's clean cut and everything. But if you're interested, they have all the legal things up there. You can go to all the, what are those things called? Indictments and all that are all on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, I guess. This is the homepage statement. Due to the extraordinary volume of inquiries and outpouring of support, this site was created and is maintained by Luigi Mangione's New York legal defense team to provide answers to frequently asked questions, accurate information about his cases, and dispel misinformation. The intent is to share factual information regarding the unprecedented multiple prosecutions against him.
It's legal?
What?
It's legal to put all that information out there when he hasn't gone to trial yet?
Yeah, if you do it, you can. All that stuff is public information. You can get all that legal stuff. You can look it up yourself. We're allowed to look at it.
Yeah, but does this not, like, how is he going to have a fair trial?
They're trying, okay, that's good thing you say that. They're trying to do jury nullification. They're trying to swing, what it's called, you basically poison the jury pool with all this to make them in favor of side. Well, that's what they want. I mean, they're allowed to do whatever they want. It really is looking for sympathy. But you can look up any indictment of anyone. You could look up any kind of paperwork on people, anything. It's all public record. So they just made it easier. They put it there.
Okay.
Yeah. It is interesting. Unprecedented multiple prosecutions. Unprecedented. There have been a lot more multiple prosecutions in the world. I mean, it's not like he's got the most. Can you imagine? He's definitely not the most prosecuted person.
No.
And people are like, oh, why is he being charged in Pennsylvania as well? Well, I think they're right. People also criticized the thing about Trump in New York City. But guess what? That's the case that actually made him a convicted felon. Right? I don't think you should ever let go of any possible prosecutions. Later on, if the other ones are secured, you could let it go because it wasn't as important, but you keep it in play until it ceases to be important.
Well, what is the Pennsylvania? I'm not that familiar.
He got
with
caught
this.
there, right? Yeah, in a McDonald's. So it's possession of a firearm. I was speaking with someone who actually knows much more about the law than I do, and he was like, it's double jeopardy, but it's a very arguable thing because it's two different states. But I think they keep it there for now because what if something falls through here? Then they have that. That's what you do. I think it's best to keep as much. If I were a prosecutor, I would cooperate with all the other places and just keep everything rolling until it was no longer needed. And there was like forgery. He had fake ID and he lied to the cops. So stuff like that. It's not stuff like that. But it's not stuff like that would land you in jail for a considerable amount of time, but it's something that would put you away if all else failed for a while,
Like the OJ thing, like how he got caught on the other stuff.
Yeah, well, he did go to fraud. That actually was a long time.
I know.
I think he got him for, wasn't it kidnapping or something?
I don't remember,
But
but
armed robbery?
yeah.
It was a lot. Okay, so this is funny. Now, Luigi, honestly, he has not said anything kind of ever. He had that manifesto they caught him with, but did he make a statement ever?
I haven't heard.
Never did. This is a message, but it's the most benign message, okay? Here is a message from Luigi. I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Powerfully, this support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions as mail has flooded MDC, which is the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, from across the country and around the globe. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, I wouldn't call it impossible, I'd just call it improbable because he doesn't want to. Why would it be impossible?
Because he probably gets so mad.
Nothing's impossible.
Not impossible.
If that was the thing that would get him out of jail, he damn well would do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, Please know that I read every one that I receive. I'm going to fact check that. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future. That's a little telling right there. I think he's looking forward to hearing that he's got more donations in the future. He's trying to look like women go for that strong, silent type. And I think he was playing up on that, not saying anything and just being like,
well, it's like when, you bring, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but certain people to court.
Yeah.
And they clean up.
Oh, yeah.
And they dress a certain way to make them look,
well,
a lot better than they normally look.
Well, I don't know.
More innocent than they normally.
Oh, innocent. Well, I mean, as far as dressing up, I mean, he was rich. He always dressed okay, I thought.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's kind of like putting your best foot forward.
Right. But don't you think part of the thing about him is the mystique of it? Like next episode, I'm going to talk a lot about the psychology. What are the factors that make him particularly attractive to women? But I think he has that mystique about him. He doesn't really say anything. I think it's kind of calculated. So
I have to say, I think he's better off not saying.
No, I don't mean like saying I'm in it. I don't even like not that, but just anything. Like he could go to the cameras and be like, "Thank you for your support." But he hasn't done that in these months. Yeah. He's doing it now because the money's not like the money dried up. I think that's like, whoa, I mean, so maybe he's not as like Teflon in support as people would like to believe, So for those of you who are keeping up on litigation, don't worry. You're going to have your fill of pictures of Luigi in court with his little orange suit. Or no, what did he do last time? He had a sweater. We're all on fashion patrol.
Well, usually they let them dress for court.
I know, but it'll be interesting. I don't think he can wear the same sweater again. I mean, that's a faux pas.
No, I'm sure someone will provide him with clothes.
But it will be interesting. It's a fashion watch. We're having a fashion watch for Luigi. Though the last time that sweater sold out.
I have no idea what sweater. I don't watch any of this shit, honestly.
We did talk about it, but I don't yes.
I don't even remember that.
It was a sweater that wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like people thought it was some really crazy expensive thing. But no, he's a man of the people now. He can't be crazy. He's like, look at that line.
No, he needs a Target sweater.
It was like a Menendez brothers sweater because they dressed the same way.
Well, big fan of men's sweaters.
Well, what do you want people to wear? He's not going to wear a suit. That's too like what he's fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want him to wear?
I mean, some sweaters are all right. I like a button down.
Okay, Luigi, take note.
Luigi gives up.
Your fangirl has spoken. All right, so on Friday, he's going to be at 100 Center Street where all the action happens in the city. So there's going to be mayhem, I think.
I'm sure.
Because people have been waiting. Some people are like, where's my man? He's ghosting us. So
is that what they're calling jail now?
Yeah. So Friday, 2/21, 2/15. This Friday, because this is going to come out tomorrow. Oh, by the way, happy President's Day, everybody.
Woo!
Well, it's a big deal to me. I love President's Day. You know me.
I do too, because I get off of work. I know that's so stupid, but it's true.
All right. So Friday, 2/21, 2:15 p.m. People versus Mangione. You can see the Netflix show coming.
Are they going to do this live? You know how certain.
They're going to be live. No. Well, it's definitely going to be live, but the question is, are cameras allowed in there? Yeah. I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, certain ones, like the Johnny Depp trial, you can watch.
Oh, this is not a trial. This is still like, whatever way before this. This is more of that stuff they come in and argue. Who knows? It doesn't really say. It just says that there's a litigation going on. We can only assume. Who knows if he'll even be there? I can only assume. They're in 100 Center Street, part 32. So hurry up and get there. People line up. Stand up and be counted. On Monday, he's got a big week coming up. Monday, he's going to go to the Commonwealth versus Mangione in Pennsylvania. Those of you in Pennsylvania, 423 Allegheny Street, Hollidaysburg with 2 L's, PA 16648. They put the whole address there. They want people to come.
Well, so you can put it in your GPS.
You want it to go. That would be fun. If I lived there, I might take a look.
Really?
Just for fun. I do like trials. They're fun.
I like them enough to watch them on TV. Actually, that's a lie. I don't even watch them on TV. I didn't even watch the OJ one.
Oh, well, I had to because I had newborn and that was it.
We had newborns at the same time.
Well, it's true. But, how did you avoid it? It was the only thing you could watch.
No, there was other stuff to watch.
Like what?
I don't remember, but I know I didn't watch that.
I did. I remember from the day it happened. I remember, I remember the first thing they said was, and coming up next, a murder mystery involving O.J. Simpson's ex-wife. They made it sound like she was a suspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because I've watched stuff like recently about it.
Yeah, everybody's watching it now. I'm like, I'm not watching that again.
Didn't watch it. That
oh God, I have had my fill. I watched it in real time. I watched the Dancing Itos. Now it's Jay Leno. They made such a mockery of the criminal system. No wonder it didn't work out.
Yeah,
everyone was too busy laughing at it. But yeah, I'm not going to go through that again. And then on Wednesday, 3/19, USA versus Mangione. This is the federal version.
Damn,
the reboot. He really, if he were wise, or he could finagle it, if he's going to go to prison, he really should try for the feds. That's the place to go.
Yeah.
Push time. We've said it before.
Well, they'll also put him in protective custody. He won't be out with the general population.
I think in fed it would be okay.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying if he goes to regular prison.
Oh, yeah, they said he takes his meals in his cells.
They're not going to put him out.
No, he was with them because they did the glow up for him. Remember they had the thing?
The other prisoners?
The eyebrow threading was of prisoners. Yeah. They used, we talked about this.
I have the memory of a fly.
They were trying to decide what they used to do with the thread.
We will have this conversation today.
I did too.
And about 2 minutes after I leave, I will forget.
I'd be like that too, but for some reason the Luigi stuff sticks with me. I think because I did all that research.
I'm the worst.
You know what? Yeah. See, in conversations I could be like that, but when it comes to research, it pretty much sticks with me.
My God, every time I go over to my son's house, well, I'll have a conversation. I'll go, oh, really? And he'll go, we literally talked about that like a week ago. No memory.
So you'd be good, like if we can commit a crime around you because you won't remember anything about it.
Absolutely not. I can remember every 80s song.
Right. Well, that's a sign of dementia. You can remember old stuff.
Listen,
no, we can all do that.
I don't want to go in the home. I'm saying this on camera.
With peace and love.
Someone needs to smother me.
What home? Some of those look really nice. Those really cush ones.
No, thank you.
I think it would be fun.
Nope.
Where do you want to go? Live with your family?
Ground.
Oh my
ground. I want to be cremated.
Yeah, you're right. Everything will go to the universe.
Yeah, my brother. I think it was my brother who told me this. Once again, memory's not so good. But there's a way that you can like fertilize a tree or.
Oh, that's different. You want the mushroom bag. That's not cremation.
Oh no! I'm saying like. I feel like it was him that was telling me that's what he wants to do.
That's what they did to what's his name? You know.
Who?
That guy.
No. Okay.
90210. Okay. Wasn't he on Riverdale too?
What was his name?
Dylan.
No.
Yes. Did he play somebody named Dylan? That's what he did. I saw that show and I know his name.
Neither, and I could picture his face.
He died young.
Yes. He
was a father on Riverdale. I was substitute teaching. The kids were all upset.
I can't believe I can't remember his
Luke Perry.
But
I think he played somebody named Dylan. Didn't he?
On 902,
yeah,
right?
But I didn't say that.
No, because I never watched that show.
But that's how my mind works. I remember something from a show I never saw, but the person themselves I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went in a mushroom bag.
Oh, good for him.
And then but no, I don't want that. I think I want the creamy. I don't. Who cares?
You're not there anymore, so
it really doesn't matter. But I like that guy Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Remember when he was teaching the whack pad about what happens when you die?
Once again, do you think I remember that?
Oh, I heard it again the other night, but I thought it was one of the best. Like, there's these people, again, it's the same guy, Bigfoot. He asked the question. They got Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's apparently like one of the most brilliant scientists. But when I think of Tyson, I think of
Mike Tyson.
And then I think of chickens, and then maybe scientists. Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson is super famous.
I don't know. I don't have science. I'm writing. Okay, but in any case, all right. Don't mock me. I don't mock you.
I know.
I understand that he's famous because I understood the concept. I picked it up, but they got him to talk to Bigfoot and tell him when you die, when you're cremated, they say that all your body particles and anything energy goes and becomes one with the universe.
Oh, okay.
Which I like. So I'm glad that I did that with Casey because I'm sure Casey would like that.
I'm going to do that.
But if you get buried, yes, then you can do because he said he wanted to do the mushroom bag type of thing.
Yeah, being buried seems like such a fucking waste.
No, I'll tell you one thing.
A waste of space.
I think it's very sad, okay, because you might have noticed that I think of everything as sad. I have like she said in Eat, Pray, Love, I have a tendency toward the melancholy.
Yeah.
Yes. But I do think that writers often have that because we're looking at the world, we're thinking about it. But in any case, when I read The Catcher in the Rye, it's so sad because his brother died in it. Is the book is really about grief. If you want to look at something grief in a very literary way, you should read Catcher in the Rye, like from that perspective, thinking, because it's all about how his brother died and no one helped him grieve at all, and he's struggling through it himself. So his brother died, and when they would go, it's so sad because he talked about when they would go to the cemetery, and they said it started to rain, and he was like, but Allie has to stay there in the rain all alone. It was the saddest thing. I'll be damned if I want that. And that's why I didn't do it to Casey either. At least when you're cremated, you could be with your loved ones for whatever it's worth. I just don't like the idea of being alone in a cemetery, being rained on. It's like very sad. It was the saddest description.
I don't know. I don't believe that you're there anyway.
I know, but I know, but because the people that love you feel that way, that's the sad part, right? It's the part. What got to me was the way he felt.
Right. It's all in your,
Right.
Everybody thinks of it differently.
I know. It's like when people in true crime, there's so many no body cases, right? And they're like, oh, if only I had the body. But but then when they get the body, they're like, well, I got the body. It's not, they're looking for something because they don't have it and they think it's going to fix it.
Right.
But it really doesn't, because they can't get back what they really want, which is the person alive. It's just our physical thing. It really doesn't matter at all. What matters is the soul, which our energy doesn't die, which again, I like that the idea of them with the cremated, we go back to be with the universe. Okay. Well, now we've had a lesson. Okay. So back to Luigi. They have a Q&A thing, right? It says, can I send
Bop?
The Bureau of Prisons says bop. What is it called? She-bop? Shoe-bop?
Bop.
Bop. There's also She-bop with Cyndi Lauper.
Yes.
There's a lot of bops out there.
Which is about masturbation.
What?
She-bop. That's what that song is about.
Oh my God. That puts it in a different light. Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
She-bop, he-bop, we-bop.
I never really
bop, you bop, they bop.
When a song doesn't have much going for it, I just don't listen.
I read it somewhere.
That's silly.
I didn't write it.
Wouldn't sex be more bopping than?
Ask Cyndi Lauper. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know if she's the one who wrote it. I don't know.
She sings it. I'm sure she has to. Oh, I don't know. All right, have fun, Cyndi. I'm surprised to find out that song means anything. Okay, according to the Bureau of Prisons website, the BOP encourages inmates.
Sorry.
The BOP encourages inmates to write to family, friends, and other community contacts to maintain these ties during incarceration. Written correspondence is classified as either general or special mail. Special. I'm special. Luigi is allowed to write and receive letters while in custody. So in other words, if he doesn't write back to you, it's only because he didn't want to.
Well, you didn't get to that part yet.
But hold on. That's when he gets the letters. I'm talking about he could write to people. Luigi is allowed to write and receive letters while in custody following the Federal Bureau of Prisons Program Statement number 5800.16, in case you need to know. And they have a link to the Mail Management Manual, in case you're really interested. And Program Statement number 5265.11, correspondence, another link. Wow, this is imagine having to come up with that stuff. You thought your life was boring? Due to the volume of mail, letters could take longer than usual to be screened and delivered. Please note that every letter that is received or sent is screened and reviewed by law enforcement. All mail that is in accordance with BOP policies and procedures should be addressed to Luigi Mangione, and in parentheses, 52503-511.
That's his prison number?
I must be. Oh, we can get T-shirts made with that. Not since 8675309 has it been more popular number. I think that would be funny, actually. If you just had that, be like, what is that? You don't know? You don't know Luigi's prison number? What is up with you? Come on. Posers. And that is MDC Brooklyn, Metropolitan Detention Center, P.O. Box 329002. Write it down. You know you're going to write. I'll repeat, P.O. Box 329002. Brooklyn, New York, 11232. And there's no dash. I find that interesting. Usually they put the dash on these official things.
I know, but whoever does that, whoever uses that dash?
A lot of people.
That's ridiculous.
If it's there, if someone gives me that, I do. What, are you trying to say that if someone gives you that, you don't want to put it on the envelope?
I don't.
You just ignore it?
Yeah.
It's supposed to get the mail there faster.
I don't really care that much.
This is your form of protest?
No, it's not a protest. I don't care how long it takes to get there usually. There's nothing I'm in a rush about. I mean, I guess
okay.
Wanted to
we should find, we can't do Luigi because we'll never know when we should say, if he sent it certified, we would know when it got there. We should do a test with something, and I put the thing and you don't, and we see if it gets.
Okay.
The important.
Who mails shit anyway?
I like to mail things sometimes.
Really? What do you mail?
Nothing. I try. In my mind, I do. In my mind, I mail a lot. But even like I mail books out, like I mail signed books like for prizes and all that. It really is a project. First, I have to get the book out, put it on the counter, sign it, then the envelopes. Then I gotta. It'll be a few days before I get that to the car. Then a few more days before I walk into the post office.
I hate going to the post office.
It's not fun.
I will avoid that.
It's not fun or funny. But I like the idea of mailing, but I don't like the process, actually, the action.
Yeah, I don't mail anything.
I think it's nice. Like, it's a lost thing. It's kind of, you love getting packages.
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
Well,
because it's full of stuff that I want.
Oh, so if someone mails you, well, you would have loved, I forgot to hang up our Chinese calendar. If I mailed this to you, you would have loved it.
Yeah, probably.
See? So mail's the way. Guys, I'm sorry. I forgot to hang up the calendar. Forgive me.
Next episode.
And our little Chief sticker did no good for anyone.
Oh, no.
They had it down
about the Eagles.
That's all right. You know,
birds.
Think about it. The fact that, what's his name? The two of them were out partying the night before.
Who? Mahomes. Kelsey.
Yeah. I mean, that's
like the only two football players' names that I know.
Exactly. Well, that's right. We'll brag about it. I think that they had a little bit of hubris in them, and they got a takedown. You don't do that.
But they won the last two, so
yeah. But then Mahomes lost that 3. He was going to break the record of Brady. You know, Brady was jinxing him, sitting there like, no. Brady seems so boring for some reason.
I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Honestly, I don't know what he looks like.
I saw him on the Hertz commercial.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that commercial.
But he's a very bland-looking guy. He's like
very,
yeah.
He's like a piece of toast.
Milk toast is a good way to describe him.
Or dress barn.
Dress barn. Is that boring?
It's very bland.
Yeah, he is boring. It's like Dennis Murphy on State Line. When Dennis Murphy does reports, I don't even follow the story.
I don't know who that is.
He's very boring. If you hear a boring story on Dateline, it's him. Okay. I don't care. I want the others. I want my Joshi. Because Luigi receives photocopied versions of letters sent to him, we recommend anyone sending a letter to please date and number the pages. Please also make sure the letter being sent has large margins because the edges of pages may be omitted when letters are photocopied. Oh my God. Imagine if it's your job to have to sit there and photocopy this guy's correspondence.
Nope.
This is a case for going to college and not having this kind of a job. It sounds horrible.
I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I can't stand grudge work.
Somebody's got to do it.
I just don't like that kind of work. I don't like grudge work.
Some people like it.
Do they like it?
I don't know. They do it.
Well, I once said to my therapist at the time, I don't have one now, my therapist, I was like, I don't know why some people want to be cleaning people. Like, I don't think they want to do it.
Well, I mean, you do it, you know. Not everybody's job is glamorous.
No, well, mine is not glamorous either, by far. But, I mean, I'm talking about
do it.
Well, I'm just saying there's certain things I can tolerate and certain things I can't. The really cool thing is I'm free. I can go out and breathe in the air and listen to what I want and and a feeling of accomplishment each time I get the thing done and whatever, and I can do it when I want. And I'm just not capable of working for people, so I can't be.
That's the thing. Like, I would not want to do that job.
Yeah.
I like my job, but I can't imagine you doing my job.
No, I could never.
You wouldn't like it.
Exactly. Yeah, I need to be free. I think that's part of being, I call myself semi-bohemian. I remember where I was when I thought of that too. I was in Amsterdam, walking along the canal. My son was studying there abroad and I was visiting him. And I'm like, what am I going to put on my, at the time, Twitter profile? I'm going to call myself semi-bohemian. Because I am. Because I am bohemian, not like them in Rent. Like, I'm not living in an abandoned building.
I've literally never seen Rent.
Oh, it's very good. Yeah, but
interesting.
All right. Well, bohemians will sit they'll just squat. You know, that's not going to happen. I need some comfort, and I need electricity.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm semi-bohemian because but I don't really conform. I'm not like one of these people. I don't conform to a lot of things, but so I'm I'm very proud of that term. I'm gonna copyright that. No, what's the thing? Trademark. It's my trademark. But no, meanwhile now, I still don't know what to do with my formerly known as Twitter account. So it sort of sits there. I don't post on it.
I have one. I haven't looked at it in years.
I don't know what to do. It just sits there. I don't want to lose the record of it. There's stuff there. Then why not leave it there?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's on my Twitter. Like, it's really been years. I don't even know if I could get on Twitter. I would have to change the password.
I think you could handle it.
Yeah, but I have no interest in doing so.
Well, it's different for me because a lot of professionals were on there, people in my industry and all that. But I don't know if they're still there. I don't know what's happening. But nor will I check, probably. It's just going to sit there. Okay, so back to another question. May I send him books? Due to the overwhelming generosity of members of the public, numerous books have already been mailed to Luigi. He is very appreciative, but kindly asks that people temporarily refrain from sending more books. In other words, send me fucking cash. I don't want your books. I need money. This is the true side of Luigi.
Well, he's in a pickle.
It says, this is funny, the number of books he can possess at any time is limited. According to BOP, Program Statement 5580.08, Inmate Personal Property, the limits are books, 5.
My God, I would be so sad.
Well, but you could probably if you really wanted to read a book, you could rotate it out.
Sure, there are prison libraries, and my job does a book club, and they also send books to, jail, not prison, but still.
That's it. As long as you can get more, you don't really need more than 5 and you sell at any given time. Photo album scrapbook, 1. Photos, 4x6 single-sided, 25.
That's an odd number.
Please note that wardens have discretion to adjust these limits.
Oh, boy.
That's important. All right. I would want more than one photo album, I think. But get a fat one. Then I wrote, in other words, F the book, send cash. Okay. That ends that.
Good day, Luigi.
Good day. More on him next week because we have to spread it out. Listen, I'm going to say, we get a lot of hits. We get a lot of people. When I post things about Luigi, I don't know what's going on here, but I'll tell you this. If you're listening, and you are, if you're hearing me say this, please like us wherever you listen and follow us and tell people, please, because it's very frustrating. A podcast is frustrating.
What?
What? Promoting a podcast is very frustrating. I don't know what to do. But the one thing, we got record numbers when the only thing I did differently was write a post on TikTok about Luigi. And that's when we went jumping in our numbers. Jumping like very fast. Am I wrong to want to put in more Luigi? A squeegee in Luigi?
Oh, Luigi.
I need more things I can't find anything viral like that. I don't know.
I mean, we could talk about Kanye.
Oh, I forgot about him. I forgot also you to look at that Snoop stuff you told me.
Oh, Kanye.
Do you want to say? Do you want to say what it is?
Well, I can't use the words that he used.
Why? Are they copyrighted?
No, they are just
nonsensical
racial slurs.
Oh.
Basically, in 2017, Snoop was saying that if you perform for Donald Trump, then you are an Uncle Tom or something like that, and he can't wait to make fun of you. Flash forward to, I guess, 2025. Yeah, because it would be right before the inauguration. There was a crypto ball.
That alone sounds
fuck that
like garbage.
And he performed. So,
wow.
Hello.
That's pretty bad. Why would he do that? He has money.
I know, like the other people, like Nelly and the Village people, like nobody's looking for you people. Sorry, not to be rude, but whatever. No one's
understood Nelly's popularity, but he did have some.
So I could see him trying to get some money. I mean, still, it's selling your soul. I could kind of understand why.
Make a statement or anything?
He did. I forget what he said. Something about he's black and he'll still be black. And I forget.
Wow.
Basically that he didn't give a fuck, honestly.
Wonder what goes on with him.
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the way to be.
No, it's not right, though. Because why would you? If you come out and make statements as strongly as he did, it'd be one thing if he just didn't care ever, but the hypocrisy.
Yeah, but I think, and I don't know who this person is, but I'm pretty sure that Trump pardoned somebody that Snoop wanted pardoned.
Oh my God, he's sold out for a pardon. A2 Snoop? A2?
I don't know. And people
Oh my
love Snoop,
God.
but apparently he lost a lot of followers.
Wow.
I unfollowed him.
I didn't follow him, so I couldn't.
I found him.
I do like Snoop. Well, maybe not anymore, but I always found him amusing, but I really don't follow anybody. I mean, not in showbiz.
Was because he was at the Olympics, and I found it very fun and funny.
Yeah, I will listen. If someone said, hey, look at this thing, and I find him very amusing. I've always liked him, but I just don't follow it. I just don't. If you're not a true crime thing, go to hell. Or history, something, children's literature, any literature.
But that's the story on Snoop. I mean,
That sucks.
a very general version of it.
We'll call this section A2 Snoop.
Fucking Kanye.
What did he do? Now, has he got something new?
Nazi paraphernalia on his website, like Nazi T-shirts.
You're kidding.
No.
Is that legal? I thought you couldn't do that. I thought you weren't allowed to display the Nazi stuff.
No, people are
Why is he doing
up in arms because he's crazy. I don't know why else he would do this. And he says these crazy things. And I saw like a video on Instagram. I don't know why. Like weird stuff pops up.
Yeah.
But it was like
Lady
a commercial. It was a commercial with all these celebrities with T-shirts, with middle fingers. Fuck Kanye.
Wow.
All of them were like, fuck Kanye.
Very famous people?
Very famous people.
Was Kim Kardashian one?
I forget who it was. There were a lot of people. Yeah, I remember, I want to call him Ross Geller. David Schwimmer.
Okay, was it? David Schwimmer was giving the finger? He seems way too benign for that.
A lot of people.
I'd like to see that. Because he's
I
so
wish he had saved it.
wishy-washy.
Oh, no, he's not having it. I think he's the one who told Elon Musk that Kanye should be taken off of X for hate speech.
Elon Musk should be taken over.
I don't know who you're trying to, but yeah, no, Kanye's in big trouble.
Is it? What I feel like it is a crime to have Nazi things.
Yeah, be a crime. If it's not, it most certainly should.
It's pure hate.
It's awful. He's an awful person.
I remember when he said that quote, something about like there's some people you like, something about emulate. He said, some people I admire, particularly Hitler. And Robin's like, oh, particularly.
He's very clearly an anti-Semite, and I don't know who is still listening to Kanye. He's a horrible person.
It's a good question. Who is listening to him? Are these people?
There are people that, unfortunately, you know what? I am one of them. I can't say that I'm not. That will separate the person from their art set.
You do that?
I have to admit, well, Michael Jackson was never convicted, but we all kind of feel that he was.
Honestly, you used to say that he was innocent.
Yeah, because I really love Michael Jackson, but now I'm kind of.
But come on.
I read this book recently by this rabbi, Shmuley.
Shmuley?
Shmuley?
Or
Shmuley? I think his name was Shmuley.
Shmuley is his name, not a joke?
Yes.
My butt is going numb, just so you know. This is a news update.
Yeah, and it was interviews with Michael Jackson, like he was close to this rabbi for some time.
Really?
And yeah, a lot of the stuff he says is very suspicious. Very suspect.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't kids told stories about him?
Yeah.
Why would they lie?
Because a lot of times people want money, and I know that's a terrible thing to say.
I deal with parents, but I don't think the kids. I mean, I don't remember what I heard, but I did hear people recounting, and it sounded real to me.
I'm probably leaning 75%, like it's probably real, but we'll never be able to prove it. He's dead now. There's no.
You can't have a trial for sure.
So, and I still listen to Michael Jackson.
That's interesting.
But yet I won't watch a Woody Allen movie. Honestly, I've never watched a Woody Allen movie anyway.
Woody Allen seems to be one of the few people that totally escaped everything.
He was in the commercial, actually.
No way.
I feel like he was.
That's funny.
Yes.
Woody is Woody can be funny. The irony of him doing that is very funny.
Yes.
Couldn't be a Woody.
Kind of fucked up. And Bill Cosby.
Was he?
No, I'm just saying Bill Cosby is an animal. There's no
Cosby would hate Kanye though because Kanye says curses and
I know Bill Cosby doesn't like anybody who works dirty.
Dare you work dirty. Just be dirty. Be dirty nefariously. but never say a curse.
Imagine the nerve he has.
Oh my God. Well, he is really, when you look up narcissist, sociopath, that man, you could see.
Oh, yeah.
I believed all the bullshit he said, for sure.
And
He definitely did.
people loved him.
He's not even funny. That show, I'm sorry, that Cosby Show was not amusing. What was funny?
Oh, I like the Cosby Show.
Hey, you showed me
found
funny.
it funny.
What?
I
I found nothing funny about that show. My kids
but
watched
a lot
it.
of people did.
I don't know why. It was mediocre. It's milk toast again. I don't find anything funny about that show. I mean, I've seen funny shows.
Oh, I did. I loved that show when I was a kid. But,
my kids love that show. I guess the reruns, I guess. That we saw one of the daughters. I took my kids to see some Shakespeare thing, and she was in it. And then in New Jersey.
Sandra the boring one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was sitting having lunch in Whole Foods or something, wherever we went, because there wasn't many places to go, So that's why we went there. And my kids were like, and I'm like, oh my God, she was very happy, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was kind of, the least interesting.
They saw somebody they knew.
They
saw somebody they knew, and they were like, wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I wouldn't have known her. I wouldn't have known her.
I did. And the husband, Elvin, I believe.
Isn't that like a chipmunk? Oh, that's Alvin. Very close, though.
He was on an episode of It's Always Sunny. So they bring him out because the guys are trying out for the Eagles, I think, because they're in Philadelphia.
Football?
Yeah. And they bring him out and say that he's one of the football players.
Oh, my God.
It was so funny.
Oh, my. Those guys in Always Sunny, they definitely fit in with Eagles for sure, their behavior.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They are the best. Love that.
It is a funny show, but I mean, I can't even tell you how long it's been since I last watched that show.
Oh, I've been rewatching it.
It's too much. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Been on for a long time.
I can't even handle it. I can't even.
There's so many episodes.
Did you ever listen to that podcast where they talk about it?
No, but I do see clips on Instagram.
I figure you would like that.
Yeah, no. They have an Office one too. I don't listen to that either.
Well, they have one for Suits. I'm like, oh, Cola. Yeah.
That's a show I do not like.
It's stupid.
I don't like any shows like that. Like just that whole thing.
People in suits?
Well, yes, normal.
I actually love law shows, but that show is stupid.
I don't like law shows as a general rule.
I love it.
Oh my God. Never watched Law and Order.
No, that is like, I watched it a lot, and then I'm like, oh, I cannot even handle this one more minute.
It's so dark. Like so my daughter-in-law watches it, so I've been watching it when I'm over at their house.
Even she just had a baby, she's watching it. She could still watch that because when I had my kids, that's when I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah,
I couldn't handle it.
That stuff doesn't bother me either.
It's just too much because look, it's so based on true stories and stuff,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was watching.
Listen to murder podcasts,
but okay, it's different. Okay. Yes, and it does get to me. There's certain things I can't even, like if it's about a kid or somebody very young, like I can't even listen to it, right? But
then you would not like Stephen King books.
Well, I used to read that stuff. I changed when I had kids, and you start thinking about things differently. At least I did. But in any case, I started just feeling like I can't even handle all this horror, like the horror of humanity, And when Law and Order sometimes would show like the victim, like before they like basically get killed, but they don't show that moment. But like I just couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. And I remember one episode, I was at a writing retreat and I was writing, and my editor's like, "You need a break." I'm like, "No, I'm writing." So you watch Law and Order. And it was the most violent episode ever. It opened with a whole family being murdered, children, and then the ADA was murdered and stuffed in a trunk. A woman, a young girl, not young, but I mean 20s.
Yeah.
Who needs this?
It doesn't bother me.
I don't know, but also like a podcast, I don't really like watching it. I like listening to it. It's a little, when you look at it, it's a little harsh.
I like, like I said, I almost never listen. Law and Order has been on for a million years. This is the first time I've ever watched it.
Oh, well, I used to.
And I don't watch it at home. It's not like I go and watch.
No, I broke it. I couldn't. I just had enough. And like, I hope that doesn't happen to you with Dateline. I do feel like it might be coming. Now I'm re-listening because you forget them. I don't know if, but I just love certain ones. Like, I don't know what it is.
I listen to murder podcasts too. I mean,
I don't know what it is. But yeah, I might, last night I was watching a new show on Netflix called The R Murders, ARE. It's from some other country. Netflix goes, "We think you'll love this." I'm like, oh.
Netflix is like, "You're fucked up."
But, oh my God. On one of the episodes, they had body parts all over the place. They were showing them. Like, obviously, they were fake. They looked fake, but they were still disturbing.
Yeah. No, there's some that I can't. Like, my daughter-in-law, my son watched one, and they described it to me. And I was like, I will never watch that. That is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And I can usually deal with stuff like that. Like, I don't have a problem usually, but this was even too bad for me.
Yeah. So I want to talk about Trump. There's been many things alarming happening, but okay, one of the very first things he decided to do was rename the Gulf of Mexico. Like a little kid, it's mine, not yours. Why does anybody care about, I mean, out of all the things to do, the fact that he had to do that, it was like a show of power. You know, I mean, like, I did this, you know?
That's his pissing in like a dog, marking their territory.
His press secretary, I don't know how she lives with herself. Carolyn Levitt, she's his White House press secretary.
I haven't seen her yet. Is she worse than...
You mean Sarah Huckabee?
Yeah. What
Sarah
Huckabee? Angry woman.
This one's just bland, I think. I don't see her at all. I just see her quotes. But like, I feel like anybody that could just spout out these things, they had to have made a deal with the devil.
There's a lot of people that have made a deal.
She goes, it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. Who gives a damn anyway? Didn't anybody hear, like, what's in a name? A rose by any other would be just as sweet. Like, just shut up.
Oh, but there are people who care.
Yeah.
And it's most of this country.
And, oh, she said this too. It's very important to this administration that we get that right. Not just for the people at home, but also for the rest of the world. Why is that so important?
I don't know. Who cares?
But he can't actually get the rest of the world. It says that he can change it for the U.S. purposes, but he can't dictate what the rest of the world calls it, much to his dismay.
Boo-hoo.
I know. There's something called the International Hydrographic Organization. That is some name. I feel like that, you know who would know about that? What's his name on Arrested Development with the maps? Buster.
Oh, Buster.
And both the United States and Mexico are members. Oh, I have a feeling we're not going to be a member for long. We're taking our toys and going home, people. Works to ensure all the world's seas, oceans, and navigable waters are surveyed and charted uniformly, and also names some of them. There are some instances when countries refer to the same body of water or landmark by different names in their own documentation. It can be easier when a landmark or body of water is within a country's boundaries. Oh, yeah. Obama called, renamed Mount McKinley Denali, but then Trump reversed it to Mount McKinley. He just hates anything Obama.
And you know what? I actually like Obama, but what are you renaming shit for? Like, who cares?
Maybe McKinley wasn't good guy. I don't know. I don't know about him.
No, we had this whole discussion at work the other day because
my
boss
could be worse than that other guy with the Trail of Tears.
I forget what she said.
Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty.
She did a lot of research on him. She wrote a lot of papers about McKinley. She has a giant cutout of McKinley in her office and a cardboard face of him.
Wait, what? Why? She likes him?
Because and it stares at me all the
McKinley.
This
there's a guy I put it that the
face is like, wait, I didn't either until she brought that.
Why does she like him?
I don't know if she likes him.
Is she mocking him, having it there? She hates him?
I guess someone gave it to her because she knows a lot about that particular president.
Well, if she, why?
People dress it up. They put the Taylor Swift cardboard cutout next to it and made like a prom picture.
Cute, but I don't. Why did she do all this? Why does she know so much about him?
Because in college she wrote a lot of papers about him. I don't know why.
She must. If you've chosen that, there must be something appealing about him.
I don't know. No, she said he was a bad guy.
Bad.
I forget what she said. I don't remember.
So she's like, she's one of those people that loves the bad boys. And she's like,
listen,
McKinley is a bad boy.
I have read so much about the Holocaust. It's not because I like the Holocaust.
I know, but you don't have a stand-up thing of Hitler.
No, I don't think she bought it. I think someone gave it.
I don't. Well, I don't. That's a weird thing to have something that you don't like staring you in your face. I don't think I would do that.
I mean, you should see the sour face.
I don't know what he did, but I know that Jackson definitely was the worst of all with the Trail of Tears. He was just a bastard. But okay, we'll look at.
Well, somebody's trumping them all.
So far, the Trail of Tears still is the worst thing, but we'll see.
Give him time.
Well, he does want to. Well, that leads us. That is true because he wants to do his own Trail of Tears. But give me 1 second. I just want to finish. Claudia Schiemann
Shine down.
I can't read my own. I was struck with this. She sounds Jewish. The president of Mexico. Well, you don't think of that was the president of Mexico. Shine on, Claudia. She brushed off the move. She first was like, whatever, we're still calling it Gulf of Mexico. But now, apparently, she's going to sue Google. She's like, oh, joke's over now, bitch. AP refused to call it the Gulf of America. But here's the really bad thing that's really concerning. He blocked AP reporters from coming to his press conferences. He wouldn't let them in the White House because they didn't bow down and call it the Gulf of America.
Shocking.
That is the most distressing thing of this whole. I thought you there.
Yeah.
Blocking reporters?
Yeah, but are you surprised?
No, but that's a real indication that we're heading into dictatorship.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
We've been heading there.
I know, but I mean, you could say
he's done.
Yeah, but that is aggression. How is AP responding to that?
So many people are suing him. The ACLU, every 5 seconds, I see they email me that they're suing him for something.
I know.
I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Well, it was called the Gulf of Mexico because it was named after a Native American city, Mexico. So Native Americans have been screwed again. In 2012, a Mississippi legislature, as a joke, proposed to call it the Gulf of America, and even they didn't care. And then Stephen Colbert said that we should call it the Gulf of America because we broke it and we bought it after an oil spill. Then the other day, Trump tweeted out, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." That's a rewording of something Napoleon said. He was definitely not into democracy. And so, yeah, he's assaulting a democracy. And New York Times columnist Jamel Bouie?
Maybe, I don't know.
Bouie called Trump's message the single most un-American and anti-constitutional statement ever uttered by a U.S. president. And that's saying something because Trump has a lot of them.
Well, he hates the New York Times, too.
He does.
Doesn't he call them the failing New York Times?
He said a lot of things about them for sure. It's pretty bad. But he does all these things and nobody stops it. Yeah, I knew that it's set up so no one really can stop him. But everybody's all shocked. But he said he was going to do it, people. Hello?
Well, he's the new Teflon Don.
Well, apparently, somebody said online, there was a whole thing going on that Elon Musk, well, obviously, we know Elon Musk, Trump is his bitch for sure. I mean, he did a press conference from the Oval Office. That's, and Trump just sat there all emasculated while Elon talked. I mean, hello, right? And so we thought, I guess a lot of us think, well, because Elon Musk contributed so much money and he gave money to people, paying them for their votes, basically, was legal because he paid them to register, I think, whatever. But now it's being said that Elon does know how to mess with the computers and could have gotten into the voting machines. And if you think about it, it probably could happen.
I mean, would you really be surprised?
No, but no one's going to investigate it, I'm sure. So I don't know if they could.
Away with everything.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of democracy. And okay, so the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, it looks like it should be dodgy, Now, first of all, the irony, he says his claim is that he needs Elon Musk to teach him how to control government spending. But Donald's supposed to be an incredible businessman. Why can't he do it?
This man wasn't fucking qualified. Hello.
I know, but Musk now, he hasn't been elected by anybody. He's getting up in everybody's business. And I mean, to have a press conference in the friggin' Oval Office, I mean, that's unbelievable. And his kid was there. Do you know what his kid's name is?
No.
X. Kid is named X.
That reminds me, Charles Manson, during his trial, cut an X into his forehead.
May I ask, what is this obsession with X's? Like, what is that?
Well, he said he's X'd himself out of this world.
No, you mean Manson. Well, what is it? He calls the company. He has to change a perfectly good name. You couldn't change Twitter any more dramatically than X.
And do you know anybody who calls it X?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure most people call it Twitter.
I say X, but I say formerly known as Twitter a lot.
Like friends,
like friends. But the kid, first of all, can someone get this kid out of there? Like, can someone just take him out of there?
Like Barron?
Oh, well, Barron is definitely lost now.
Yeah,
forget it.
He's too old.
But no, but this kid, he's like, he's looking at Trump like, who the fuck are you? And you know what he did? He picked his nose and left a booger on Trump's desk. And Trump didn't do anything about it. He left that booger there because he's the bitch. Because he loves bitch. I mean, can you imagine? He brought the kid trying to divert the fact that there's a monster in the room,
One person that can control Trump.
Yeah.
And he's a
He's good.
lunatic too.
Meanwhile, everybody said, well, Musk have a conflict of interest because he's got the government contracts. And Trump's like, well, I'm sure that Elon will himself if anything like that happens. Okay.
Okay.
But then there's going to be a $400 million contract. The government's buying old Teslas. Did you hear that? The Cybertrucks? Armed Cybertrucks from Tesla. No, there's no conflict there. Can you imagine? There's no conflict there. Those are the best. We want them. I mean, like, you couldn't write this in a book. It's crazy. There's something funny about this kid. Hold on.
Besides that, he left a booger on.
Yeah, his name is more than X. It's things you can't pronounce. It's like X, and then it's like, and what is that with the A that attaches to the E?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen it. I don't know what
and
it is.
it's that, and then it's A dash, and then it's X again, I. So that means 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is X 10?
Yes.
Okay, so he's 10, and then he's AE, which is like American Express, but not. Then it's an I, and then it's a dash, then it's an X, and it's an I. I mean, what? The mother's name is Grime. His mother's name is Grime.
That's mean. We're being mean.
That's but name. Grimes.
She from? Like, I know Elon Musk is from South Africa.
I don't know. She's all I know is that they're
and someone told me
they had him in 2020. I think they hired a surrogate or something. And then they had to modify the spelling of his name in order to meet California's legal guidelines, which only permit letters from the English alphabet. How dare you? So that's why they have Roman numerals. So it was something else. So this is the compromise, this thing.
Yeah, I don't actually agree with that.
That what? You don't think you need the English alphabet? I think there should be a rule like when you get a license plate, you have to explain why you want that. And I think it should be.
They do.
And I think it's more. I know. So don't you think it's more important to do that to children? Because children they should be watching over these children. And people shouldn't just bestow whatever stupid name. Because that kid has to live with that.
But Russian characters are different. Chinese characters are different. They don't have the same alphabets we have. So if you want to name your child something that's authentic to you.
I guess we're talking about two different things. I'm just talking about when you give your kid a name that sucks so much and the kid's going to be hurt by it. That's what I'm saying. Like this name.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying a name that is authentic in your culture.
Yeah, that's totally different than that. I mean, I don't know what they were going to do, but I mean, if this was the compromise, obviously the name that they were doing before was probably like fucking Klingon or something.
I mean, it's Elon Musk.
X is the unknown variable, Grimes explained on Twitter. So then, oh, I see. AE is my Elvin. What's Elvin?
Elvin.
Shin Elf? ELVE, and my Elvin spelling of AI, love and or artificial intelligence. So this has to do with AI.
No, that's just...
She's naming a kid after AI. Is the kid
Elvin? Elvin isn't real.
What is Elvin? Is that from Lord of the Rings?
I'm guessing that's...
Or Elvis.
The language of elves?
Or Elvis.
I mean, unless Elvis... I don't know.
I used to love him.
Unless Elvin has some other meaning that we're not aware of.
She didn't explain it. And then A dash precursor to SR-17 in parentheses, our favorite aircraft. No weapons, no defenses, just speed. Great in battle, but non-violent. And then Grimes continued, A equals Archangel, my favorite song. Adding a rat and sword emoji. Metal rat.
Oh, maybe he was born in the year of the rat. There's metal.
He was born in 2020.
Yeah, so in Chinese astrology.
Yeah, I know they use it.
Yeah, but you're also like a metal whatever or a fire whatever.
I'm gonna call you kid a metal. I'm a fire horse.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like there is a metal,
but
if that's what she means.
You're making sense out of this at all? Her name, I can't get past her name. She's a singer, is she? I don't know
who the fuck that is.
That one he dated that one also that was with Johnny Depp.
Amber Heard
dated her brief. He goes, she broke up with me and broke my heart. Like
she is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
They're all so. Yeah, I don't know. This is all pretty crazy. You think?
And those are just parts of the crazy train.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, there's a million other things.
Yeah. Okay, wait. We got to do briefly, I'll say the worst thing of all in my mind. That he wants to turn Palestine into a resort. Okay, number one, what an insult. What a slap in the face to all the people that live there, okay? Like, if it would be one thing to say, I'm going to clean it out for you and make it nice so you can live in a resort.
Right.
But he wants to get rid of those people. Like, fuck you. You're pieces of shit. I'm going to get rid of you. I don't care where I throw you. I'm going to throw you into Egypt. And Egypt's like,
the ultimate gentrification.
it's like I mean, like, you couldn't, that's the biggest slap. These people,
He can't do that.
they said he's moving ahead with it. First of all, we can't appropriate other countries. We're not allowed to, like, America's going to own Palestine. Like, that's it. What? You know who wanted to appropriate countries? Hitler. Again, we can't, we don't take people's countries from them.
Apparently now we do.
And then build a resort. We're not a business. If it's building resorts, damn well you know it's for him. It's for Trump. It's not for America. America shouldn't want it anyway. Should be ashamed of ourselves. We're supposed to help people that are in trouble, not throw them off their land and make it into. And of course, Netanyahu's like, "Oh, I love that. You're brilliant." First of all, Netanyahu was a freaking criminal. They were putting him on trial before all this stuff happened. Where's his trial? When will this man be accountable for his crimes?
Even if he goes on trial, look at Trump.
I don't know. Maybe trial will be different in Israel. I don't know. When will people hold people accountable for their crimes, okay? Because it's not Israel. It's Netanyahu that's caused all this horror, okay? Because this bastard just wants to stay in power. And now, okay. And the other thing about Palestine, it's not take the people out, but what about Hamas? Remember them? They seem to have always been the problem there, right? They're the instigators. They're the horrible ones. Everybody's like, they're holding the people as human shields. But in America, we don't actually shoot the shields, but that's me for wanting to be human. But it's definitely Hamas is the aggressor here. Definitely Hamas is evil. They're just going to leave? No, they're not going to leave. They're not going to be like, okay, we'll go now. You want to build a resort? My bad, we'll go. No. So Trump is going to have to send our boys, our sons are going to die so this motherfucker can have a resort. That's okay with everybody? If you have a child that could go to war, you want to fucking protest the shit out of this now, okay? Not let your kid go to war to fight Hamas so this guy can have a resort and be cush. A resort where you're never going to be able to afford to go. For rich people, what are we doing here? Don't they have enough resorts? I mean, I don't understand. There's no shortage of resorts for people anyway. You're going to take people out of their home? What is going to happen to these people? You're just going to dump them? I think they're going to airlift them and drop them into each. I mean, what the hell is wrong with everybody? I don't understand.
I don't understand anybody being
And he's like,
okay with anything he has.
No one wants to live there. And well, they pick to live there. They had their lives. It's something they said, oh, we firebombed and we love being shields for Hamas. It's our favorite. I mean, like, what the hell? I don't get it, okay? We're all human, but he's not. I don't think he's human.
Well, most of this country does not agree with us.
Unless it could be explained if the whole election was stolen and maybe more. Because when I talk to people, they're like, I didn't want this. Nobody seems to have wanted it.
There are people out there who wanted this.
Well, I think
that these people who have not 1 ounce of empathy for any other human being.
I don't get it. And then I will say, on behalf of my daughter-in-law who's Lebanese, Lebanon is the Riviera of the Middle East. Everybody knows it. So Trump, back off. You can't be calling something else the Riviera of the Middle East. That's my daughter-in-law's.
Listen, yeah. He's called many things.
Well, I mean, the nerve of him. I mean, I don't know how anybody is even okay with these outrageous things he says. Don't you see it's all about money for him?
He's also going after people here. He's going after people of color, trans people.
Well, the other thing is dividing. He's dividing everybody. What I also say strongly is that anybody who is persecuted for any reason, band together. Stop being okay with other people being persecuted. Everyone's problem is your problem.
That's my quote.
There. Wow. Well, there you go. I mean, because I have just had it. Okay, I didn't grow up in tribalism. I grew up I will say I grew up in the 5 towns, which is very Jewish. Most of my friends are Jewish. And I was raised with the idea that Palestine is bad. This is how we were raised. And I didn't go to temple or anything. I just heard it in the neighborhood. That's what you. So this is when you're indoctrinated with these things when you're young. We have to stop this hate of any kind. We have to be pro-everybody, pro-life of all kinds, not just fetuses. Because, by the way, how is it crazy that they want the fetus to be alive? They want it to be born when someone doesn't want it, but it's fucking when it's born.
That's right. And also, they care about unborn fetuses, but they do not care about immigrant children.
Nothing. They're just ripping them out. Oh my
Or
God.
the children that are here. Any of the children
No.
that are here. Illegal, whatever.
It's first of all, okay, people that come here from another place, they didn't come like on a friggin', luxury jet. Okay, they came here. No, a lot of them died when they come here. Okay,
Absolutely.
my son was in college and doing an internship at on the island of Lesbos in Greece, and yes, that's where the word lesbian came from. And that's where a lot of the people on the boats, because it's the closest, like more friendly. You know what I mean? It's the closest place for them to come in. Well, this is really bad. Okay, these people were so desperate to leave where they were living, where their families were being murdered. They put them in a raft and in water where, like, would you put your family in a flimsy raft? And then when they saw boats coming, they had to puncture the raft, because the only way that they will be given help is if they're in danger. And they don't know who's coming in that boat. Some boats don't care about those people, will let them drown. So you don't know if you've just killed your family by puncturing that boat. The idea that you have to play Russian roulette with your family's lives. And they're horrible. They just want to save their families' lives like we all did. We all came, unless we're Native American, we all came from somewhere looking for a better life for whatever reasons. Why can't we have empathy with other people? And my son saw, this is really bad. A lot of life jackets and rafts, they floated up there. If they floated up there without the people died, okay? People are dying all the time trying to get to a better life. They're not looking for a cush life. They're just looking for any life where they're not going to be murdered.
Well, somebody said to me the other day, they asked me what I think of that, and they were like, so I said, obviously, what I think about it. I think we're of the same. And she was like, oh, but they're only deporting criminals.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck planet do you live on? They are absolutely not. And they repeal the law. Is that the right term?
I think so.
That DEI couldn't go. They used to not be able to go into schools, churches, or hospitals.
Right.
That is off the table.
Disgusting. Yeah.
What the fuck kind of criminal are you finding in an elementary school?
Right.
That's not what you're after. You are after all people that are not documented. And that's fucked up.
It's like the Holocaust. They're rounding people up and they're using the excuse they're undocumented, but it's the result is the same. You're dragging people away.
Right. And it's less likely that an undocumented immigrant, they're less likely to commit crimes than the people that are already fucking here.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to find examples of crimes, but it doesn't mean that they're all like, this is ridiculous, okay?
Do commit a crime? Sure. Yes. Send them back. Do whatever you got to do.
I understand the frustration. I saw one of those crime shows where it was an undocumented guy that murdered, but I mean, it doesn't mean that's an excuse to persecute all these people.
To round up everybody else.
I mean, you have to have mercy. All I know is, do you remember the golden rule? Do unto others as you'll have done to you. And did that all go out the window? In the Bible, doesn't it say to love all one another, all people, not just some? I don't get that. I don't get it. There's another example I wanted to say about the undocumented. What was it? There was something recently about undocumented. I mean, I once saw a video of like a girl, like they were pulled over to stop in they took the farther away, and this girl's just sobbing for her dad. Kids come home from school and their families are gone. I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, it can't be okay to hurt people.
And like I said, they want these babies being born. And like you said, they don't give a fuck about that baby afterwards.
No.
Or all of the children that have no parents or in foster care. It's just...
Okay, I mean, I know a person... I know somebody, one of my son Casey's, one of his best friends, his mother came here from country it was, but they were one day someone came to kill, like somehow she knew to hide under the bed, and her father was murdered while she was hiding under the bed. Okay. Yeah. El Salvador. That's where she was from.
Oh yeah. And just so you know, I'm from Haiti, right? I grew up with these horrifying stories. My father would tell me of the way people were murdered, children, families, the army people or the military, whatever. They would come to people's houses. They would round up the entire family, bring them outside, and shoot them all. This is what I was told since I was a child. So, yeah, those people, a lot of Haitians get on rafts, like you said, and most of them will die because they can't. So, you know what? I have no patience for people. I just really don't.
She came here, like they she was writing I don't know if she ever finished writing it, but she was writing a manuscript about me. It was no fun coming here. Imagine you're a little kid and you're trying to escape from a place where your father was murdered. You're going to get murdered if you stay there. The mother took them and in a very treacherous thing across deserts, this and that, and paid in the back of a truck. You don't know when you get in those trucks. You don't know who the hell it is. Mostly they don't care if those people live or die. They already got paid. Have empathy.
No,
I don't get that.
That is what's happening in our country. And all you people who voted for fucking Trump, sorry, but you have no empathy.
No.
The only time you care is when it is somebody that is very close to you.
Yeah, well,
and that is disgusting.
It is,
you should be able to put yourself in somebody else's position.
You're also mostly naive too, okay? Unless you could be rich, and if you are, that's different because he is for you. But mostly, you've been fooled because he doesn't care about you.
He's not looking for you.
Put you in his resort in Palestine. He's looking to get paid by I don't know how much money. First of all, how much fucking money do people need? He's going to die. Is he even going to? How old? He's 78. How long would it take to build this resort? What is wrong with him? How about I don't know. How about
do this all day?
Oh my god, we're like
we're
like. All right, I guess we'll end it.
And I don't know. I'm sorry to you people that are Trump people. I guess
I think our people really. I just honestly don't think they will listen to us. I think they've gotten it already with us.
I can't imagine how anybody meets me for 5 fucking seconds and doesn't get that.
We have to tell the truth about well, that the things are wrong. Someone has to speak up.
I agree.
Oh, by the way, they had people protesting in. There was thousands marched to U.S. Embassy in London for message for Trump, hands off Gaza. And one of the people there was an 87-year-old Holocaust survivor. See, they're trying to make it look like Israelis, and Jewish people hate Palestinians. It's not true. It's the politics of it. It's the leaders. The people themselves we're all into humanity. We all want to survive. It's the other people. This woman, I don't know if it's a woman, it's a Holocaust survivor, called the U.S. president's plan to permanently force Palestinians out of Gaza completely immoral and illegal and also impractical and absurd. Yeah. It's maybe hopefully something will happen and break the spell and enough people will speak out. I hope so.
I hope so. I protested last term. I did many times.
Last time it was like nothing.
But I did. I went to many.
Oh my God. All right.
Okay, got it.
Well, this first quote is from Martin Luther King Jr., and it says, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." That is very powerful. And then these other things were more about, I don't remember what. Albert Einstein said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." And then Albert also said, "Force always attracts men of low morality."
That's so true. Okay, I have a lot. Sorry.
Good. I love it.
Okay, so the first one is by Mary Trump.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Who doesn't care for him at all.
I know she doesn't. No.
And she said, "For Donald, there is no value in empathy, no tangible upside to caring for other people." So that's, And the next one is Dante Alighieri. Yeah. "The darkest places in hell are reserved for those who maintain their neutrality in times of moral crisis."
Yeah.
And this one is a famous quote, and I don't know how to say his name. Martin Niemöller, maybe?
Okay. I don't know.
It's kind of long.
All right.
And I'm sure you've all heard it. "It's first they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me."
Yeah, I think of that all the time. I didn't know, I like when you have the specifics of, but yeah, I think of that all the time.
Yeah. And
I hope people listen to that. I really do.
I hope so. The last one, I don't know much about this guy, and I did not watch the performance because I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Kendrick Lamar.
So he said during that performance, "The revolution will be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy." And it was, I don't know. I'm interpreting it. Well, there was a song.
He's
from the 70s.
But he doesn't like Drake. I know that.
Yeah, no, it had nothing.
Okay.
So there was a song called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised" by Gil Scott-Heron in 1971. So what I think he means, this is my own interpretation, is that, we picked the wrong guy, but this is the time to stand up.
So Trump is the wrong guy, and with the stand up.
Assuming he means Trump, because who else could he mean?
Well, he could mean a lot of people, like, because he could be involved in his own little universe.
Did you see? So, like, his performers made the flag, and he stood in the middle of the flag.
And did he kneel?
No.
See, that
was like a divided country. You know what I'm saying?
No, I have to look at that because I didn't think, honestly, I have to look at that because all I heard about was his fight with Drake, to be honest.
I know. They're making a big deal out of the fight with Drake.
That would have been the take.
You see what happened to Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, well, that would be good. But this guy,
nothing good came out of that for him.
It's okay because this guy has already got all those great. Did you hear that guy said he sold that because he got all those Grammys?
And everybody was like, I understand, but I saw something good on Instagram. And don't get me wrong, I love Pearl Jam, but they were like, everybody's complaining about not understanding what Kendrick Lamar is saying, but then they'll put Pearl Jam on. If you listen to Pearl Jam, I don't know who knows the lyrics to that.
Well, we do. We learn some.
I know, but if you listen to him, it is very hard to understand.
I don't know why he does. Like he's purposely trying to be.
Yeah, I don't disrespect Eddie Vedder. I like you, but
that voice is so deep. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yes, he does do that. And the words, when you find out the words, you still don't really quite get it.
It's like, what? Music's good.
I do like that song. Is so the thing that haunts me is that song Jeremy spoke in class today. Oh my God! Oh, it's haunting. So,
anyway,
all right.
Oh my God, that was long.
Well, that was our press.
Do you think you have really strong opinions?
I mean, we bottle it up long enough, and you're gonna like burst it out. I mean, I was semi speaking out, but I just like have had it lately. I can't stand it because it's like we need to learn. We need, like, think about what that Holocaust survivor said. Okay, you have to be on the side of right. You have to be the one to speak out for everybody. Don't be the person that waited and then nobody was there for them.
Exactly.
You know. So, all right, you must be the change you wish to see in the world.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the other side.
Good day.
Bye.